Back to the phone lines. They're all lit up. It's our last segment for phone calls, so hopefully we can get to all of these calls. Excuse me. Here we go. Hi, you're on Bayou Time.
Good evening, Stan.
Hey, how are you?
Doing all right.
Good. Your comments?
Well, I was calling on Ricky's call. Tricky Ricky called in, and he had made a comment about pickle technology and shrimp on a treadmill, and I wanted to kind of let people know that it was not exactly a fraud or an abuse of public funds. They funded public universities, and they did studies. And anyway, I was surprised with Ricky's reaction. I feel like he didn't take my comments personal to his comment. I think that's very good, very healthy. And in fact, I believe that if the man was a researcher and he had the resources to do the research, I think the man would be dangerous on television.
Well, I think sometimes, and in his defense, he's called a lot of times when I've hosted, and I've only hosted a handful of times. I think what Ricky does well is he generates conversation, and he didn't mind that you corrected him. He didn't mind. He wants somebody out there who may know a little bit more about a situation to maybe call in and correct if ultimately that is going to make a situation better. And I think that's what he was saying earlier, that you actually made the situation better by correcting. But I think, and listen, I didn't hear everything last night. He also wants to know where some of this money's going, if I'm not mistaken.
What money is that, Stan?
That's what I'm saying. Last night I did not listen in on when this all went down, but he did say that a little bit earlier, where obviously if you were the person who called in after him, he is appreciative of getting some of the facts right on everything. He is just, like a lot of people who call, worried about government spending and where government money is going and such, and he seems to delve and try and get to the bottom of the problems.
Well, I guess when it comes to politics or fraud, waste, and abuse, or misuse of power, or people making misstatements on television, I guess I have a greater curiosity than most people, and I try and do something about it. Unlike the call that followed me on that same night, that caller, I call him Stan Corrected, and he seems to personalize it more. He internalizes everything. In other words, anything that I would talk about, he would be talking about the opposite. And it seems like the television hosts kind of play on that because they realize that we oppose each other with our views almost on a 100% basis. And I guess my final comment, Stan, is about fuel prices, gas prices, and all. It's true. It seems like the industry searches the news on a daily basis, trying to give some excuse how and why they can raise fuel prices. I just feel like the market has done well since this last election, and I'm talking about Wall Street. And I would think that we will be pretty close to a correction here soon. And a correction would certainly bring down the fuel prices unless hurricanes get out of control out into the Gulf. Hopefully, we'll have a quiet hurricane season, and maybe the prices will gradually fall. And I agree with the fact that prices don't always fall as fast as they rise.
Right.
You have a good evening, Stan.
Thank you for calling. Let's move on to the next call. Hello, you're on Bayou Time.
Stan, I'd like to say right quick. We should privatize Social Security too. And even Shedbell Hospital should be privatized for profit. Angola, that would bring more money in. Privatize Angola for a prison. Well, I want to give a shout out to a great patriot, David Duke. I'm gonna vote for him again. I'm a black man. I voted for him once. I'm gonna vote for him again. On with David Duke. David Duke. David Duke. Have a blessing.
Thank you, sir. I detect a little bit of sarcasm in there. Here we go. You're on Bayou Time.
Hey, Stan the Plan, it's me again. I know mine don't like me calling twice, but I want to tell that gentleman that the main point is it's just purely government waste. And if me and him was probably to get together, we'd be real dangerous about it right now as far as the government's concerned. Want to be taking everybody's Social Security when they give $18 billion to Iran and Iraq, the Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. That's something I don't understand. But this gentleman does have an insight on following up on government, how they say that, projects.
Well, I think he appreciates that you didn't take things personally.
He spoke the truth, and that's what I like.
Right.
But if he was to actually dig just a little bit more and find out, you know, about the other government ways, that's all, you know.
Right.
And another thing, I was calling because I forgot to wish Martin well, to get well soon, because I know he'd do the same for me. I know I'm not his favorite caller sometime, but hey, there it is in a nutshell.
Thanks for calling.
You know, but regardless, I want to wish Martin well.
Very good. Thanks for calling, Ricky.
All right, dude.
All right. Take care. That was Tricky Ricky. Martin's just a little under the weather. He'll be back soon. That's not a big thing, and it's good to have all of the gates in order. And tomorrow you'll see Mr. Jimmy. And certainly, whenever I'm called upon, I enjoy coming and host and letting you guys share your opinion. Again, the big topic today was the $60 million earmarked towards our coast, and seems to be the sentiment of a lot of our callers that we're not quite sure how that money is going to be spent, and we certainly hope that some of you keep your eye on it, and it'll certainly make for good fodder on a lot of the Bayou Times to come in the future. Got to take a commercial break, got a couple of announcements, but after those announcements, we're going to get to the TGMC segment. We'll do that after this break.